Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don, and with me is Nick and Joe. And so, yeah, this one has been a while coming. Last year we covered the original Child's Play, and what we got, I just knew we had to cover the sequels too. So, Child's Play 2 released 2 years later in 1990, and 2 years before I was born. All right, okay. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in.
One kid is that a new viewer?
Yeah, new viewer. Yeah, he's. I believe he's one of the kids that was at the at my school where I went up back to talk to a class for Autism Awareness Month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey,
Thomas.
Thomas. Hey, Kate.
What's up, Kate?
Yeah. Good. Hopefully, you'll be able to join us next week when we talk about
Yeah,
Carrie.
hope you're
Yeah.
doing better.
Yeah. I hope you're doing a lot better. Yes. Yeah. So, Child's Play 2. One thing that I always remember when I first learned about the Chucky movies, when I saw like the cover of Child's Play 2, it showed that image, that the box cover of Chucky about to decapitate a Jack in the Box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The box cover. That's correct.
right. Yeah, there. That little gag was like one of the biggest ways they were promoting the film in the trailers too. Hey, Billy. Hey, Leon.
It looked like it could have been like a comedy film, but in reality, it wasn't.
No, this was. I mean, there was a bit of humor here and there, but yeah, for the most part, it was a serious horror film.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Like I will demonstrate with this trailer that I found here. Hang on.
Oh, I know which trailer this is. Yep.
Oh, stupid ads.
Yeah, you gotta love those. It's YouTube ads.
Yep. Hang on. Let me see if I can share the screen. Hopefully this won't go buggy on me.
Hey,
Yeah.
Don.
Yes.
When you have it, I just looked on the. I'm on the Things Network page.
Mm-hmm.
We are live, don't worry. But for some reason, the information, I mean, I don't think it's you. I think it might be something Facebook had done. Instead of talk about the information about with Child's Play 2, it's talking about Night of the Living Dead. So like it says here, like
That's weird.
yeah, upon reading it says
I know. I made that. I made those corrections. I don't know, some kind of.
yeah, because
Oh,
it says the original from 1968 is a true horror
yes.
classic that established the modern zombie. I think it's something Facebook
It's
doing. I don't think that's you.
some Facebook issue. I don't know what the deal
Yeah,
is.
that's beyond our control. So we'll just
Whatever. I'll fix it later.
yeah.
But yeah, right now let's check out that.
Sorry, Jack. Chucky's back.
How's it hanging, Phil?
Child's Play 2.
Peekaboo!
He's the original. He'll take your breath away. This fall, Chucky rules.
Did you miss me, Andy? I sure missed you.
Child's Play 2. Keep an eye out for it.
Hey everyone, look who just decided to show up and just saw her first horror movie.
Oh, she was watching that whole time.
My dad just brought her down, and she just happened to walk over, and she literally came like as you were playing the trailer. I think she heard the Jack in the Box music. So good
Hello.
job. You made her watch your first horror movie trailer.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
Say hi. Want to say hi to everyone? Are you getting shy? Are you getting shy, sweetie? Oh, she's getting shy.
Oh, she didn't like Chucky.
No, I think she's just shy knowing that there's other people in the chat.
Oh, I see. She obviously hasn't seen me very often, so
No. Although her hair's getting caught
Okay. Oh, yes, Billy. I was going to bring that up. Yes. So MGM was bought by a different bought over by a different company at the time this movie was in pre-production, and decided, you know what, horror is not the best thing for us, or when like a Universal Artists, that's who, or no, United Artists, that's who that was. They were associated with MGM as well, it was switched over to Universal, and Steven Spielberg played a huge role in that. He saw like there was potential for this for sequels, so yeah, Universal got the rights, and I know that Steven Spielberg was happy featuring Chucky in Ready Player One.
That's right. Yeah, she is. She's as sweet as she can be. Want to say hi to everyone?
She reminds me of my 1-year-old niece Emma. Oh man,
That's a new video moment we can give now.
hey Madeline.
Just trying to fix her hair up again. She doesn't have her bow like she usually does.
She just hasn't had her first haircut yet, huh?
No, not yet. At least as far as I know. Hey, Nikki's in the chat. What's up, Nikki?
So cute. Huh? Yep. She is. Madeline has officially taken over this podcast.
Yeah, I think she wants to be a guest. Like she has like no intention of leaving, Dad. Yeah,
It's okay. It's all right. No worries. But yeah, so this was also written by Don Mancini, who wrote the original film, and I believe he actually wrote all the Child's Play and Chucky movies, all 7 of them.
Oh, all 7. I didn't think it was written by the same guy.
Yeah. 2 guys anyway. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw your comment, Billy. Yes, I already responded to it. But yeah, so
Is
yeah,
the series still going?
the series still going. Movie series is
Is
kind of
that
is the movie series is
Chucky series? No, I'm talking about the
the TV series. Oh,
yeah.
they canceled it after season 3, and that upset a lot of people. A lot of people. They ended it on a cliffhanger.
That really sucks.
Yeah, it does. And
That's a lot of times how they end those things, though, when they end and disappear.
he wrote and directed the last ones. Yeah, I believe he did. Yes, that's true. Yeah,
Oh.
but he did serve as the writer for all of them. And the first one was the original film was directed by Tom Holland. No, not Spider-Man Tom Holland. No, I'm talking about director Tom Holland, who also directed Fright Night.
That's right.
Yeah, the remake, there was little involvement. He was just credited as based on the characters created by Don Mancini. Yeah. But so this was released in 1990 and set 2 years after the first film. So, and it's still set in Chicago, but the major difference is it's set mainly in the suburban area, unlike the first film where it was in downtown Chicago. So, and I was hoping, I looked into like the filming locations, and I tried to figure out if like I could visit any of the spots where it was filmed, because since it takes place in Chicago, turns out the second film was not filmed in Chicago. Was filmed in Pasadena, and I was like, damn, I was hoping to visit that house.
But
Also directed The Langoliers. Yes, he did. That's Stephen King's miniseries. That's right. And yeah, because I actually did last year when we covered the first movie. That very same day, I actually took a picture of that what's left of that toy store where that toy store taking.
Yeah, I remember that when we did that.
Yeah, here, just to remind people, let me see if I can pull that up. 1 second.
Don, while you're looking that up, if I do go offline because of this girl right here, because she's tapping on the keyboards.
Uh-oh. As long as she doesn't tap the end podcast and podcast.
No, don't. No, you have.
Don't let her do that.
You have. I don't have it this time.
I was about to say, please don't let her do that.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, here, I'm pretty sure I have it right over here somewhere. I took a whole bunch of pictures of it. That's why it's. No, it was after January.
Upstairs? You gonna go upstairs with Grandpa? That was cute.
Yeah, it was. Hold on. I think I might have it saved on my laptop. Hang on 1 second. Child's Play. I know that there's picture of it, but we'll continue on. But yeah, point is, I actually found that location because they announced where the first film. Like I found the opening scene of the first film easily because Chris Sarandon announced it in the opening dialogue. He says, "I got the Strangler, Wabash, and Van Buren," and
Yep.
sure enough, that toy store was on Wabash.
That's correct.
Yes. Here, let me see if I can find. Oh wait, I know where I can find it here. I just put it up on here.
Oh, and real quick, Don, while you're looking that up, because Nikki's watching from my personal, because I know you're broadcasting on my personal page. She also commented. She said, "I'm doing okay. Miss everyone. Just working on my health at the moment. Back and hip problems." So
I
that's
gotcha.
hasn't been on for a while. She's had a lot going.
Here,
She'll be back on eventually soon.
here. I know I have it saved on here. Let's see. Hey. Yeah, currently it's like really run down. Like there's graffiti all over it. It's just that's the part that got me kind of irked though. It's just like it's terrible that they did that to the building that I often refer to as the house that where Chucky began.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I often refer to that location as. Here.
And you know what's funny? While you're looking that up, I have another important note to make too, because as you mentioned that this came out in 1990, there was another movie that came out that same year that also had Brad Dourif in it.
Oh yeah.
But I'll wait until you're ready.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. What is it?
Well, you said Child's Play 2 came out in 1990.
Yes.
1990 was also the year when Exorcist 3 came out, which Brad Dourif was also in. So he made like two memorable movies that year. He was he wasn't the Zodiac killer. No, not the Zodiac, the Gemini killer. He was it was like another patient or something. I don't think he had a huge role, but he did like all this, like he has like a yelling episode. And it's funny thing. It's like when you hear him yelling, you could just hear Chucky within his voice practically. So it's
yeah.
interesting that
Sometimes the Chucky voice just slips out when it comes to that guy.
he did that too in an episode because he was also in that episode of Tales from the Crypt a few years later alongside with Bill Paxton. That ice cream.
Yeah,
episode.
He was. Yes,
And you hear him in the background live. It's like you can hear him right there.
Oh, that's amazing.
That pretty well.
I'm actually surprised that came out pretty well.
Okay. Yeah, I found it. This is the toy store in the opening scene of Child's Play. This is the picture I took last year, right when we did the episode talking about the first Child's Play. That's what it looks like. It used to be like owned by the university, but now it's just shut down. It's like nobody's doing it. I'm hoping they don't demolish it.
It looks abandoned.
It is. Yeah. That's a shame. Yeah, but here, I want to catch up with some comments here.
Yeah. I'm checking on my
director. Yes, John Lafia. He directed Man's Best Friend, which had Ali Sheedy from The Breakfast Club and Short Circuit, and also had Lance Henriksen.
Oh, Lance Henriksen. Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, and that's focused on a dog who was nice at first, but then became a killer.
What movie is it?
Man's Best Friend.
Oh, Man's Best Friend. I've never seen that one, but I have heard of it.
I saw it when I was in high school. It was okay for what it was.
It sounds like to me it's just nothing more than like a ripoff of Cujo.
Cujo.
It is kind of, yes.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am sad to say, though, that John Lafia, he committed suicide back in 2020 by hanging himself.
Oh, really? How old was he?
You know what? Let me look up his age. Here, hang on.
Because I was going to say, he must have not, I mean, I get it's a suicide, but he must have not really been that old when he passed away.
1957.
So that would make him
33 at the time this movie was being filmed.
33. So that means that he would have been 53.
Yes. Oh, Chris Sarandon and Catherine Hicks should have returned for this one. They originally planned for them too, but just for like the opening scene, in a trial scene where they talk about the murders and Chucky before sending Catherine Hicks's character Karen, Amy's mom, into a psych ward. And because apparently the authorities did not back up her story, which they did imply at the end of the film when Chris Sarandon's partner said, "Do you believe me now?" And he's like, "Yeah, but who's going to believe me?" So it was kind of leaning in that direction.
Well, and they said Chris Sarandon's character, I guess he must have. Didn't they say he got like fired or something because
he was threatened to be fired.
was threatened to be fired? Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And of course, let's not forget. I mean, again, funny enough, 19. I don't know if he was working on it by then, but I think also understandably, 1990 was also the same year when Nightmare Before Christmas began production. So he was probably already kind of involved with that film in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, Nikki.
Oh, Nikki. Hey, how are you?
Hello!
Hey.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
really close. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, great.
Good. Glad you can make it.
Thank you. Good to be back on.
How you feeling otherwise?
Yeah. Next question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Originally, we were going to air this episode a week ago, and I wanted to be able to do this last week because that last Tuesday was Alex Vincent's birthday.
Yeah.
Alex Vincent, who plays Andy in the first two Child's Plays and the more recent installments and the TV series.
Which makes sense. Yeah. How old is he now, speaking of which?
You know, let me look up his age.
You know, like he's got to be at least in his 40s by now.
He is. Alex Vincent. Yep. Let me pull him up now.
I'm going to head out and then I'm going to come back and jump on the computer because the phone one's a bit.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's fun.
Let's see. 1981. So he's
44 years old.
Yeah, he's 44 years old. April 20. Oh, and he's from New Jersey. Nice.
Ah, Jersey boy. It's like always. It's just a Jersey thing. You just got to be Jersey to get it.
Of course, you would make that reference.
At South Park.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
And according to this, I'm taller than him.
How tall is he?
5'5", according to this. But
expecting him to be taller.
I mean, hey, I don't mean that as an insult. You know, lots of people like, okay, come on. There's people of all sorts of different heights. Yeah, I just noticed. I'm like, oh, I'm taller than him. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So, but anyway, I should point out that Catherine Hicks actually did have some presence on the set of Child's Play 2 because her husband Kevin Yeager, who she met on the set of the first film, they got married.
Really?
Yeah, Kevin Yeager, who did the effects for the Chucky animatronics.
Interesting.
Yep. So I believe they were married at the time this movie was made. So, yeah, I think they actually have a daughter together now. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Kevin Yeager does return, and he went all out on the animatronics. I mean, here, let me pull some images. Child's Play 2 animatronic. Yeah, apparently, they allowed for more complex lip movements, and I should mention that the way they did this away as far as Brad Dourif's voice, they had him do all of his dialogue before it began, and just moved the Chucky's lip movement matched on the dialogue that was recorded, which I thought was a very smart move.
Right.
Yeah. Here, let me pull. Yeah, let's see. Of course, they did some I guess primitive form of motion capture. It looks like. Hang on. Yeah. So. Yeah, there's that. Let's see. But yeah, so this worked out great. You know, the way they pulled this off, with this new animatronic stuff, that was one of the biggest improvements, in my opinion, over the original.
Sorry, the damn allergies are acting up.
Oh, damn. Everybody's getting hit with allergies. I got hit with allergies last week.
And in spite of the medication, I mean, I've been taking it. It doesn't fully eradicate it. The symptoms come back every now and then. So it's
damn.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate it when that happens.
It's this weather, man.
For anybody who's watching, no, I'm not crying. It's just the allergies.
Are you sure? I mean, hey, Chucky's not real. He can't hurt you.
Well, if you guys make me laugh so hard that I cry, I mean, Yeah, I would be, but right now I can't think of anything funny.
Oh man. So yeah, I think I should point out Alex Vincent doesn't do as much acting as he used to. He mostly focuses on his songwriting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was into music now.
oh yeah, he's gotten into music. Well, what was that? I hear a lot of creaking.
That sounded like a chair or something. That probably came from Joe's spot.
Probably. What is up? Oh, not much. Yeah, we just enjoying the nice weather changes. Allergies are killing us, but yeah. So Child's Play 2, I believe this is on par with the original. Some people like this one, some people don't, but I feel like there are plenty of redeeming qualities. Like Brad Dourif's voice acting as Chucky is amazing. You know, seriously, he's like he's an amazing voice actor.
Yes.
And, oh yeah,
as I just demonstrated.
oh yeah. And also, I wanted to show this. He he actually demonstrated at Comic-Con like the laugh. Like he does this like occasionally at conventions, but not very often. So yeah, I think it's got I think it's got to the point where I think it's to some degree he does get annoyed with people asking him to do the voice or do the laugh, but
Well, because he's been doing it for, I mean, not just for these movies, but he's probably done the voice for so many years.
oh yeah.
Just think how those guys that are famous for voices of Disney characters
For sure.
probably got sick of doing that too.
Well, we mentioned before, like Chris Sarandon won't really do much with Jack Skellington's voice because, and not just because he doesn't want to. Apparently, that's Disney property.
Yeah. Oh, here I got it. Sorry,
it's like that one, the one. Oh, what was that one gal that does Bart Simpson's voice?
Nancy Cartwright, yeah.
Nancy Cartwright,
she's like restricted to what she can do too.
Yeah.
Here, this is him with his daughter Fiona Dourif. Here.
Ridiculous! I can't do it.
I'll do it.
No. Here's the deal. He does it once a year. My birthday is the day before Halloween, and so we have a Halloween birthday party, and then he would do the laugh. I'm absolutely not going to do it because I can't do it, but you can because you're Chucky.
Come on.
Oh man,
it's like a the male version of like a witch cackle that he makes.
it kind of is. Yeah,
that's how I would assume a male witch would sound, or male witch would sound.
Yeah, that's right. Fiona Dourif would play a huge role in the later films and the TV series. Yeah, Mika, that's her name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, starting with Curse of Chucky, which came out in 2013, which would be the 25-year anniversary of Child's Play.
Nikki's coming back in, by the way.
Oh, Nikki's coming back? Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because she said she was going to switch to using her computer.
Later movies after Seed. Yes, that's right. Oh, of Bogus Journey? Oh, Bill and Ted, right. Yeah, I think Chucky is some of his best work, in my opinion. I mean, seriously, like, they it feels like the animatronics just got better and better over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, like they allowed for more complex eye movement, lip movement, and it got to the point where the animatronic effects were so good in this one, they didn't even have to use that little person, the little stunt man, as much as they did in the first one.
Yep.
And Gale, that's his name. Hey, Nikki.
Oh, there's Nikki. Now she's back.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, we were just discussing how the animatronics looked amazing in Child's Play 2.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
Really well done.
Oh yeah, my favorite moment where the Chucky animatronic is when he's about to like off the teacher with a yardstick. Yeah, really.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
before that, he had stabbed her with that air pump or whatever.
Yeah, the most powerful air
Holy
pump.
cow, that looked painful.
Yeah, the most powerful air pump ever created because that sent her flying right into the desks.
Can that really happen in real life?
Nope.
I figured it wouldn't. I mean, if it was to have, you would have to use like a giant air pump to make that happen. I don't think a little tiny one would make you blow across the room.
Oh yeah, but my favorite animatronic is when it just shows her Chucky walking towards her. Like you couldn't
Yeah.
see any wires, you couldn't see any puppet. Like whatever they were using to control him was like well hidden. It
Yeah,
just it looked like it looked legit.
it looked very lifelike.
Yes, it did. Oh man, and also Chucky really racked up on kills in this one. I believe there's definitely like more killings in this than the original because Scream rules. Body count is always bigger. Horror movie rules of Scream.
By the way, speaking of effects and stuff like that, I thought you liked to see this. Don, remember I've been showing you those pictures of the scary story style slasher killers?
Yeah,
Well, ironically enough, guess who's next on my purchase list?
Chucky. I
I
can
don't know
barely
if you
see
can
it.
see it too well. Yeah, here, let me see if I can.
Turn the brightness down.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Give me 1 second here.
Yo, that Chucky doll, when they came out with that Chucky doll after the first movie, where
Nice.
they could people could the public could purchase it. My kids were terrified of it. I got one from because I was working in the video industry still, so I got one from the distributor. But
Yeah.
because I ordered so many copies of Child's Play,
Yeah.
but yeah, they were terrified of it to the point that doll no longer exists.
Hmm. Did you bury it in the backyard like Chucky did with Tommy in this? Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That part
No,
was.
they got it to the dog.
Oh man.
The dog tore it apart in about 10 minutes.
Oh, I bet. It's just that reminds me of my sister's old dog, Morgan, that Doberman Pinscher. Yeah. But in case you're wondering what I'm referencing, for those who haven't seen it, there was another good guy doll inside of the house the foster home that Andy was staying in this film, and his name was Tommy. And so, because Tommy was making too much noise when Chucky was trying to be stealthy when he first entered the house, just bashed it apart with that little statue. And busted up Tommy's face. And the more I describe this, the more I feel like I'm describing a dark episode of Rugrats.
Huh.
Kind of does.
Oh my god! Oh man, that was a blow to my childhood right there. Yeah, but anyway, like when that part where they described that little statue when Joanne and Phil were explaining to Andy about it, she said it was Joanne was saying it was like an heirloom, like it was passed down from generation to generation. And when Andy did ask, so who are you going to give it to? Like I'm guessing that implies that Phil and Joanne were not. What?
No, she was just coughing. Just
okay.
apologize.
All right, but yeah, like the way
All right.
you okay? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way that Chucky was, or like that Andy was asking, so who are you going to give it to? That kind of implied that Phil and Joanne were unable to have kids of their own.
Yep.
Yeah. So, oh, and speaking of which, I like how Joanne is played by Jenny Auditor. I keep having a hard time pronouncing her last name, but she was Alex in American Werewolf in London, my all-time favorite werewolf movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was her. This was like 11. This was almost a decade after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even realize that was her.
Let's see, Jenny Auditor. Okay, that's I was pronouncing that right. Okay. But apparently, like this, she considers Child's Play 2 to be a low point of her career. Like she didn't really have that much of a fun time making this as she did with American Werewolf in London. And let's see, I believe she did a cameo at one point in that Marvel's Avengers.
Okay.
Yeah, that was back in 2012. So she has been in quite a few good movies. Yeah, but let's see. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so for the opening scene of this, like they explained that they showed that Chucky was being rebuilt by the toy company Play Pals, their line of good guy dolls, their sales were in jeopardy because of the whole story about Andy's doll Chucky going on a killing rampage. So they somehow were able to get that doll from crime scene evidence, and were able to just rebuild it completely, trying to prove to their stockholders, to their fund, to the people funding that there's nothing wrong with the doll, so they can continue on with making more good guy dolls.
I'm pretty sure that if that happened in real life, they would not be taking in the evidence from that. I'm absolutely positive.
Yeah, evidence that was linked to several crimes, including murder. So yeah. So and then they right off the bat demonstrated that something seriously wrong with the doll when they put in the eyes and through a machine, and a bolt and lightning, or not lightning, electricity ends up coming out of the doll and electrocuted an employee to death. But the toy company
This is why
still
I don't like dolls, people.
Yeah, but did that stop the toy company? No, they just are just covering up the death of that employee, and then just saying, you know what, we're just going to put the good guy dolls, we're going to put them back on the market. Say, to hell with this. They'll just get rid of the Chucky doll. Yeah, but so these guys pretty much like almost as bad as Omni Consumer Products from RoboCop. They focus on making money and couldn't care any less about their employees.
Right.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah, even the CEO kind of that kind of reminds me of the CEO from the first two films of RoboCop. Yeah, to some degree.
Yeah, no. This is why I don't like dolls. I hate dolls.
There is something else I'd want to say about dolls, but I'm just not going to say it because.
Wow.
You can say
it.
There are children watching this.
No. Not even that. It's something. It's more political. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. I'll stop you there.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, and so Andy is plays 2 years out of the first, and Andy's mom is in psychiatric care, and Andy's forced into going to foster care. And the foster parents that bring him in, Phil and Joanne, Phil has been skeptical about Andy from the start. He pretty much just brought him in to make Joanne happy. That's pretty much all it is. I mean, there's not that much likability to Phil.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. Everybody's getting sick. Man. Everybody.
It's that time of the year.
I know. It is. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it I got sick this week from allergies. But anyway, so yeah. So that creates a little conflict between Phil and Joanne, throughout the whole majority of the film. And also, I thought it was kind of dumb that they just placed that statue on the table where, that. But Chucky ends up breaking it. But it's like, if you don't, Phil and Joanne, if you don't like kids getting a hold of your heirlooms and expensive stuff, maybe try keeping that stuff out of reach of children.
It would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, put it up on like a shelf or something, a display case, something.
Yeah.
I mean,
climb the shelf to get to it. See.
Yeah.
But in a horror movie or movies in general, there's always that one stupid thing they do that they shouldn't do because common sense dictates. But these people don't have common sense in these horror movies.
Yep.
No, not really. Yeah, I mean, believe me, I've got nieces and nephews, and they literally get into everything. Whenever they're over. So I always make sure I keep expensive stuff way out of their reach, and make sure they're not able to access the scary stuff that I have on here. My rule on this stuff for them is look but don't touch.
Well, I can't say the same, unfortunately, for my niece after what she just watched. She's already seen it, so there's nothing I can do about it now.
Yeah. Once again, you're welcome.
Or as bully
bad influence
here right now. I know he'd be talking in the
What
in
did
the
you do?
Wait, what?
She came in when I was showing the trailer for Child's Play 2.
Yeah, she does. Larry walked in.
Shit.
I think it was when she heard the Jack in the Box music. That's what made her approach what it was. And I was even thinking, you sure she should see this? And my dad didn't stop her. So,
Oh my god.
But I was gonna say it's too bad Tom's not in right now because as you said, you're welcome. Or as Rick would say, hey, if it wasn't like for what we did, we would be ending up like these guys right now. So again, you're welcome.
So she's so,
Oh, that's
technically,
funny.
so this means technically she's been introduced to horror earlier than I was.
Yeah, very
Mm.
much so. But I will say too, in
Oh,
addition, and this is for everybody, she's already been watching some of the paranormal shows already on the Travel Channel. So she's already been watching Nikki. I know you watch the show. I think you watch it too,
yeah.
Joe. She's even watched a few segments and episodes of Paranormal Caught on Camera already.
Yeah, I've watched that one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's her
Watch that
first
one.
paranormal show ever she's watched.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also, one thing I want to bring up: the Phil and Joanne. Their last name is Simpson. I refuse to use the name Simpsons because I know we're going to make a whole bunch of jokes about that as well.
Dude!
I knew it. Yeah, beat you to it. But anyway,
I got to you first. I got to you first. I heard that afterwards.
Whatever. So, yeah, like the interior of that house was, oh god, it's just like Trevor and Stacy's apartment from Candyman all over again. Just splash to the walls with Pepto Bismol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the dad from A Christmas Story had once said. It's like it looks like a pink nightmare.
I could say I could say so much of that, but I'm not going to. Other than Tom would say, I don't want to be involved in that because it would just look all too sparkly.
Oh my god. Yeah, seriously. I personally don't know anybody who has interior like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Pretty sure that would traumatize a kid.
Just a
Talking about
ton.
like a
Might even traumatize some adults.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
What's worse though is when you drive by down the street and you see a house that's painted all that Pepto Bismol pink.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I've seen some ugly houses, but I bet inside they look even worse.
Oh, I bet.
did you guys know that in some prisons they have pink cells? They literally paint the entire cell pink.
Oh.
You know that?
Pink.
Yeah,
does that symbolize something?
Yeah, it's supposed to. So from what I remember hearing was I guess pink is supposed to represent kind of like a calming nature to it. So if you put an inmate that is out of control, that's not has violent behavior,
Right.
you put them in a pink room, as they call them, or a pink cell. It's supposed to provide that calming effect to calm down the prison, the inmate itself when they're in this pink atmosphere. And they also sometimes there was one sheriff that once said, because people sometimes also ask why pink, and it's predominantly used for male inmates actually more than female inmates, because as one sheriff once said, why pink is because, as crazy as this is going to sound, he said, we as American males, we don't like pink.
Oh man.
But yeah, for the most part, but in the end, regardless if it's a male or female inmate, it's supposed to it's supposed to calm the inmate down. That's what pink is used for.
What if they had the opposite effect?
I don't know if it really. Well, and I'm not sure. I mean, even though
I was about to say when you said either for men or women, prisons are not co-ed, so I'm pretty sure that would be only meant for men.
Well, even though that's the intention of trying to calm the inmate down, honestly, I'm not sure how much an effect it might have. I mean, it may have some effect to some inmates, but I don't think it's going to really have much of a change to the most violent tempered of inmates.
Probably not. But so when Andy goes into the house, he's introduced to Kyle, his another foster kid who's in that house, who's I believe she's 17 at the time, and in this,
17.
Yep, 17. She's been from foster home to foster home, and like doesn't last long in any of them, and like tries to teach Andy about independence because, yeah, like Andy's like learning at an early age that the world is a cruel place.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's like there's a killer dollar after him. His mom is in a psych ward. Yeah,
Nobody
he's been,
believes him.
yeah.
You know.
But I do love the chemistry that they have as like brother and sister figure, Andy and Kyle, and
Yep.
apparently like Alex Vincent and Christine Elise, who plays Kyle. Yeah, who they I like how they both have like kind of brother sister bond as well in real life.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I was surprised that they were like that in reality.
Oh yeah, and they appeared in like the later segments of in the Chucky TV series.
Yep.
Yeah, glad they got her back too. And yeah, because I watched like to the end that final scene in Cult of Chucky, where she makes an appearance, and I was like, wait, and then Chucky recognizes her and says, "Kyle," and then they showed a zoom shot of her, and I'm like, oh my god, that is her.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, she's great. What she was a great job like with this character, like having that having Kyle having that jaded personality. I thought she nailed it. Yeah, she kind of had that sort of teen punk kind of a vibe off of her. But yeah, yeah. What did you guys think of like the character portrayals in this?
Sorry, I missed her spot. Nikki's gonna have to go in a few minutes. Unfortunately, she said her. You don't mind if I
Well,
say it, Nikki?
Yeah, you can tell them. It's fine.
Her hip pain is starting to become kind of bad.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope it gets better, Nikki.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just falling apart.
We always appreciate you coming on, and also I gotta say I'd like to do your show again at some point, Paranormal Birth, sometime next couple weeks when you feel a lot more better.
Sounds. And I would like to have Dom on when he's available. So, or whoever
Oh yeah,
wants to join, you're welcome to.
The only catch down is that it is going to be late. It is going to be later at night. So if you're willing to do that,
I hope so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be later at night for us. Obviously, it's going to be the afternoon for her and Robert. But yeah, it's going to be later than usual.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was great having you on, Nikki.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, how do I?
Let us know how you're feeling.
Yes.
All good, sweet. Thank you.
There.
Take it easy.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Also, just one more thing I just wanted to bring up. Actually, here's actually no. I was going to say found something else about the pink. It's called the pink effect. That with the prison cell. That's what they call it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the actual name is.
So I wanted to ask, what did you think about the portrayals of the characters in this?
Well, I did like Kylie, the Christina Lisa's character, because she really did a great job being like a big sister figure to Andy.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when he really needed somebody he could trust.
Mm-hmm.
And she was looking out for him and very protective of him, and then later believed him.
Yes. Yeah, like because there were times where she did not believe it. Yeah, like from the start, she did not believe that.
Well, nobody
did. Nobody did. She like everybody else didn't. But somehow didn't get suspicious when Andy was like tied to the bed that Chucky did it. But how does she just assume he did that to himself? I'm pretty sure that's physically impossible.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they were blaming her because they caught her climbing in the window when they saw him tied up to the bed. She was climbing after escaping, and it's like, oh, you did this just so you could get out of here. And she had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. But then she what I do love is like how natural the whole reveal felt to her when that Chucky was alive. So it happens like later on in the film where Chucky is removed by the foster care system. Wait, how do you feel about the weapon? about the weapons that were used. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's talk about the weapons. So yeah, Chucky uses like a variety of different ways to kill people in this. Like the first person that he killed was with electric power. I'm guessing the Palpatine had the same electric force electricity like Palpatine in Star Wars. But yeah, but
Course,
then oh yeah, then he kills like that other employee with putting a bag over his head, strangling to death. Like oh, and I thought the silliest death was when he killed the teacher, Miss Kettlewell, by you using that
yeah, the air pump.
the most powerful air pump ever put ever put to a horror film. It was
Hey,
yeah, the yardstick,
what's up,
and then
Chris?
yeah, I thought that was silly, like him killing her with a yardstick. But I do like the way it was filmed, though. Like each time it hit her, there's like a shot that zooms out, showing that that room, like as that ruler comes up and then hits, and then it zooms out again and goes further out until you could just barely see that yardstick going up
Yeah,
and hit one coming down again. Like I thought that was a brilliant way to shoot it.
I thought
Hey,
like
Chris.
another scene I love was the employee they had like near the end of the movie who had to like go back and repair part of the machine, and then
Oh, that's the most memorable one.
and then
That's the
Chucky
best one.
thing with the I thought that was actually pretty funny,
Yeah.
gruesome but funny at the same.
It was like gruesome but silly at the same time. Like, he has glasses on, so Chucky was nice enough to give him a new set of eyes.
Hey, Jeremy's in the chat.
Oh, hey Jeremy, how's it going, man?
Chris.
Yeah, excited to have you next week when we talk about Carrie.
You know, I'm gonna check with Greg to see if he wants to join us because he too is a Stephen King fan. Provided, of course, with if he's not well, maybe only for a short time like usual because he does his show Ghost Box Live.
Okay.
So
Sure.
he might not be on for very long like before.
Okay. Well, even if it is brief, it would be nice to have him.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let's see. Other deaths. So yeah, like oh yeah, like when he kills Phil. Like again, like Phil's confronting Andy down the stairs. Andy has that electric knife Andy's trying to kill Chucky. But when he's caught in the act, like Chucky just goes under the stairs and uses what was that called? It was some kind of a hook
Oh,
on a pole. Yeah.
yeah, it was like a grappling hook of some
Yeah.
sort.
Oh yes, Leah. We did talk about the Tommy doll earlier. Chucky killing Tommy, and that sounds like a very dark episode of Rugrats. Yeah, but then yeah, he like hooks Phil's foot, and Phil falls down like hanging from the stairs. And then Phil looks at Chucky, and then Chucky says, "How's it hanging, Phil?"
Well, that's what
that little one liner that we saw in the trailer, and Phil's like horrified expression.
Madeline saw.
Yeah, like Phil's horrified expression, like at realizing, oh my god, Andy was telling the truth the whole time. It's like that's the thing with Chucky. Like whenever people find out Andy was right all along, they find out too late and end up getting killed.
Yep. That. Let's see. That's dark, according to some theories. Yeah, you know what? It was. You were absolutely right, Chris. It was dark to some degree with some of those episodes. He's right about that.
A few were, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, some '90s kids, some '90s kid shows back then did have some dark moments.
Yep.
That is right. Yeah, and I felt like bad for Andy at that part of the film when after Phil was killed and he has to go back into the foster system again. It's like this kid just cannot get a break. Yeah.
They find out the hard way.
Yep, that's right. They always find out at the cost of and like right before they get killed by at Chucky's hands. Oh, Braxton, how's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, Braxton?
Thanks for tuning in.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we were just talking about the kills. I thought the weakest kill of this whole film came at Phil when Kyle just brilliant the way they did this, have Kyle find out Chucky's like real and alive and as a killer. The way they like revealed that to her was brilliant. So that she throws Chucky in the trash after the authorities leave, and then goes off to swing and smoke a cigarette, right? And then her feet drag that across that shallow grave where Chucky buried Tommy, and she sees Tommy's shoe, picks it up. It's Tommy, and so like then she like a shock. She goes back to the trash can. Chucky's not there, so
Yeah.
that was a good like realization scene.
Real quick, this is something from one of the previous movies we talked about. Someone just posted this on Facebook. It's kind of ironic. Look what he's watching right now.
Oh,
The Others.
nice.
Actually, 2 hours ago, but yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I heard Chucky was really based on Robert the Doll. Oh, yes, we will get to that.
It
Yes.
was.
Yeah, we will get to that. But yeah, I wanted to talk about how the weakest kill of the whole movie was definitely Joanne. Like, like Kyle finds out Chucky's alive, so arms herself with a knife, which looks like a letter opener, but goes upstairs and to check on Joanne, like who is you hear that sewing machine throughout that whole sequence, and turns the chair around like Norma Bates' style.
Yeah.
And that's seriously what I thought of at that scene. Only to find that like I think Joanne's throat was cut, or did she cut on that rope that strangled her or something? Like it's not really explained well. Yeah.
Someone's phone go off?
No, that was my laptop telling me to update something. But anyway, yeah. Joanne's dead was the worst, but that technician at the Good Guy Doll Factory was the best. And let's talk about that doll factory. I thought that was a brilliant way to end the movie.
Look what Jeremy just said. Geez, that kill scene is becoming increasingly popular with what we're talking about.
It is. It is. Lots of people like to bring up the beach
First
scene.
time we've talked about that scene.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Miss Kettlewell, that's what you get for locking a child inside of a classroom. I'm pretty sure that's a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I thought it was pretty dumb that she thought that Andy was inside that closet that she herself locked. But no, it's Chucky after she threw her Chucky inside that closet. And yeah, he was not happy about it, to say the least.
Yep.
Nice.
So Chucky came came out of the he did. Yeah, it is true. He did. Well, I mean, let's put it this way: he did come out of the closet with the amazing special effects, so he had to have been something. How did I not even think about that?
Oh my God! Happy birthday! Hope you had a great day. Who won the Facebook? Oh, yeah, my birthday was last week, but yeah, thanks, thank you, thanks for the belated. Yes, thank you. Let's see. So that finale, like after Chucky had killed the woman who was running the foster care system. Yeah, you're good. Miss Poole, yeah, I know you had to, Chris. You couldn't resist. What was that?
Sorry, that was just feedback.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, and so they go to the warehouse where the factory where all the Good Guy dolls are built. I thought that was an amazing choice to have a finale. I like to go to Chucky, the good guy doll possessed by the soul of a serial killer in the Good Guy factory, and I gotta say that factory was probably not the safest place because you end up getting lost in that maze full of Good Guy doll boxes. You have to go through machinery in order to get to an exit that would be locked anyway.
That was something I was going to say was it looked like a giant maze practically.
It did, but there's one part of that I do like making fun of when Chucky knocks out Andy by just doing this. I always like to picture Austin Powers' voice saying "Judo chop."
Judo chop.
Oh yeah. Holy no OSHA rules, Batman. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely that's what that factory is in a nutshell. Yeah, it's who cares about OSHA rules? We're doing our own thing. Where Chucky knocked the hell out of the girl, landed on the assembly line going towards those doors. Yeah, luckily he stopped her from getting decapitated by those doors. Yeah, seriously, that how many work accidents happen in that place? Seriously, I'm pretty sure they didn't need a killer doll. I'm pretty sure they didn't need a killer doll to have somebody die in that factory.
I'm pretty sure that as far as I'm concerned, that really did happen. I think probably most likely that would definitely cause a lot of lawsuits.
Yeah, that whole factory is a lawsuit waiting.
Yeah,
and I actually did a reaction video a while back where it was a health bar video. Child's Play 2 Final Battle with health bars, and I don't know if I could show it out here, but because of copyright problems. But
Yeah.
yeah, I did. It did like the whole. It did raise a few questions, like with that technician who got killed, like the eye thing. Chucky had him rigged up. Or you know what? Let me go back. I'll explain it a little bit so that it makes sense. So Chucky got his hand stuck by that. By what was it? With that grate that slides down, and then has to like rip his own hand off and then replace it with the blade of that knife he had been carrying for like a good last quarter of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and yet so only has one functioning hand, right? And somehow was able to rig that technician's body up to hit Kyle. I'm like, how did Chucky manage to do this?
See, now Chris here says, I always think of my buddy commercials in the late 80s when I see Okay, yeah, I don't know. You know what those are, Joe? Because I've never heard of the My Buddy commercials.
Must have been a Colorado thing.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. And that was definitely before our time.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I remember now. It was like a My Buddy doll. It kind of looked similar to the Good Guy doll.
Yeah, look at this.
I don't think they lasted very long around here.
Oh, they do have commercials. Here, this one's from 1986. I don't know. Should we put one on?
I don't see it. That shouldn't be a copyright issue. I mean, it's just a commercial. And considering that they didn't last very long, it shouldn't be that big of an issue.
That's around here. You know, and they have lasted longer in other places.
Yeah.
Here, I got it up here.
Oh, Chris.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. I'll teach him everything that I know. My buddy and me, like to climb up a tree. My buddy and me, we're the best friends that could be. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
My Buddy from Play School.
Yeah, that was definitely before our time. And it does kind of look a little bit like Chucky. I can see that now. Yeah, Chris sent me the link, too.
You weren't even an itch in your daddy's pants yet, were you?
I always love when you say that.
You just had to phrase it like that.
He said that a number of times to me.
Oh, my God. Sorry. Leon, yes, I appreciate the birthday wish. Thank you.
In 86, I was pretty close to being 20.
Wow.
But yeah, I do remember those. Now that you showed the commercial, I do remember the commercials and stuff. And I actually had like a niece or a nephew or, one of those type of kids that had one of them.
Oh, I see. Oh, here. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, there were a lot of commercials for that, but I bet there were a lot more commercials about American Girl dolls. My sister Kristen had one, and now my niece has it. She passed it down to her.
Yeah, they used to have a big office here in Wisconsin, out in Middleton, for the longest time.
Oh yeah. Oh, here.
Those are expensive dolls.
They are.
They
are. We have one here in downtown Chicago, though, by Water Tower Mall.
Yeah, I knew somebody that worked there back in the day when they were in Middleton.
Yeah, I know about it because we went to that Water Tower all the time, and that store was still there back then when I was a kid. But my sisters loved that store, and I loved the Lego store, and that store's still there. The Lego store, yeah.
Which we've seen for ourselves.
Yeah, we saw that for ourselves. We were downtown with Kate and Dillip, and they brought their daughter there too.
Yeah, the Lego store killed hundreds of feet.
Right. And so, yeah, I wanted to get to this comment here. In my opinion, the funniest part of the movie was when Andy's foster mom, Joanne, yes, explained the glass statue thing, and Andy said, "Who are you going to give it to?" Oh, yeah, like we covered that earlier, and that kind of does imply that Phil and Joanne just couldn't have kids.
Yeah.
So they did the next best thing, have raise foster kids. But yeah, like I was just saying that's what it implied. I mean, there are some couples out there that don't even that could have kids but just choose not to. Every couple's different.
Yeah. Yeah, and the foster system, I don't know what it was like in the 80s, but even earlier than that, it sucked.
Yeah,
that's what I've
definitely.
heard.
I was actually part of the foster system for about 3 or 4 years of my life.
Oh, I didn't know that.
My mom got committed.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Well,
She had like a nervous breakdown, and back then they committed them. So
that's rough.
I was bounced around between grandparents and stuff because my dad was an alcoholic. So my brother and I were bounced around between our two grandparents, a great aunt, and then when they got to a point where they couldn't handle us, we ended up in the foster system
Man.
until my mom got out and
Yeah.
got us back.
I remember when you were telling me about that full detail a long time ago, Joe. So I know that story all too well.
Yeah.
So, but I think this is one movie that I really enjoyed this series, of movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Friday the 13th where they keep bringing back, the main character in some weird way. You've got like voodoo involved here.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Chucky's.
So that voodoo magic can last a long time, you know.
Yeah. That was
So
Chucky's ultimate goal was trying to transfer his soul out of the doll before
before
he
he
could
became human.
before he turned to like a human within the doll. Like the
Right.
doll was like turning human. Like instead of fluff that you find in dolls, he was getting blood and tissue
Yeah.
being formed.
Like his nose was
His
constantly.
nose
Yeah.
started bleeding.
Yeah, Phil did that by throwing Chucky down the stairs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pretty sure Chucky like especially had a grudge against Phil for that. But
And it showed that he had a timer and he was running out of time when that started happening.
yeah, and right at the finale when they were inside that doll factory, where like he finishes the chant, does for the whole duration while Andy was unconscious, but it turns out it's too late. He's stuck in that doll.
Right.
Yeah, and so after that, Chucky just went full on angry psycho mode, wanting to just kill. He doesn't have like a that much of a goal anymore, other than just killing everybody around him.
Yep.
Yeah, especially Andy and Kyle. But
Yep.
But all he did was end up killing that technician.
The technician, yeah.
And then, like throughout the factory was when Chucky like was received like more punishment that he usually does throughout the whole series. Like first, his hand comes off, and then he like gets himself like stapled onto a what is it, onto the conveyor like this item or
It was like a board that was holding
like a board.
the
Yes,
dolls.
yep, a board on the conveyor belt, and then is brought back into like this machine that that apparently if it works in reverse, it just distorts the dolls, like puts on extra limbs and whatnots. But that of course didn't kill him; it just removed his legs. So he's stuck without legs and with just a one left hand. That's the only thing he has working right now, and a knife hand. Then finally, just when Chucky thinks he has Andy cornered, like Chucky's stuck, like sticks his knife blade into a vent, which gets stuck. Right above him is a dispenser of molten plastic. They got this big thing of molten plastic boiling. Chucky releases it, or like Andy just pulls the lever, and all that burning liquid plastic like just dumps onto Chucky like gallons of it. Yeah, they really gave Chucky a comeuppance in this. And when that incident didn't kill him, Kyle sticks a gas hose, a hydraulic hose or something, down his throat, inflates his head like a balloon, and then it explodes. That was like the most ridiculous Chucky death of the whole franchise.
It was.
It really was. Oh my god. What would you give this movie out of 10? Is it worth watching? And should you see the first one? The first one is definitely worth seeing. What is that?
What?
Oh. Yeah. Turn that down, please.
I think that's that might be a spam.
Yeah, it could be. But
Jeez.
Good, God.
Yeah, it gets warm in here, so the fan starts working on the computer. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. No worries. But yeah, so yeah, this was definitely the most ridiculous Chucky death of all. And here, we'll get back to what Kate was saying. This movie I rated Child's Play. The first Child's Play I rated like a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a great film. It's like worth seeing for any horror fan. But I have seen better movies than Child's Play. But Child's Play 2 is definitely a 7 out of 10. I think it's worth seeing if you really like Chucky. Yeah, and by this time Chucky was like really making a name for himself. They just kept wanting to put sequels out so badly that they put enough Child's Play 3 within less than a year after this film came out.
Yeah, and they had a lot of merch.
Oh yeah, they had all sorts of merchandise.
The first one on, I mean, that first one, they had a lot of merch out for that. I mean, you wouldn't believe what, back in the time that these were out, video stores still existed and most everything was still on VHS, right? So, but the way the video stores advertise these movies, some of those cardboard standees for Child's Play were really cool.
Yeah, they were.
I had to put some of them together. And they were really cool. Some of them they went all out with some of those by putting in little sound chips here or something that would make him talk when you press the button or whatever. They did a lot of cool things with the advertisement for it as well.
Oh yeah, here, let me pull this up. I just looked into it. Here.
Then I have something else I'd like to show too at some point.
Here, all this merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. They had a lot.
And that's just a fraction. That's what you got today. I mean, that's not what was around back then. I mean, the dolls were around, and like I said, the kids were kind of afraid of the dolls after that first movie.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they're like playing tug of war with the doll and dog, and it's like, yeah, there's a way to ruin a thing you get from the studios.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just look at, man, this is great. Okay, there we go. All right.
Well, there's actually something I'd like to show too, because I think it was Chris that said about like where Chucky was partially based off of Robert the Doll. The real.
Yeah, what is Robert the Doll?
You never heard of Robert the Doll?
No, is it a movie?
Oh no. I'm really surprised you haven't heard of that. That is the real life inspiration. That is the real life necessary killer doll, but doll that inspired Chucky. That was a doll. Well, tell you what. I have a clip here that I wanted to play to you guys. It's a 4.5-minute clip.
Go ahead.
And before I play this video, I'm just going to tell you guys right now. For starters, this was a segment from one of the old paranormal shows from the Travel Channel, in the early 2000s. And excuse my language, but I shit you not. The first time we ever watched, in fact, my family, I was only like 12 or 13 at the time when I first saw this. My family and I, we watched it from a hotel room. We were coming back from a trip. They had the Travel Channel. We tune into the channel, and there's the show that comes on. Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Jeff.
Hey, we need you back at some point. It's been a while.
Sure.
Anyways, we watched the clip, I mean, we watched the episode. It was the first segment they showed of Robert the doll, and I am not kidding. It literally scared the hell out of us. And I can still remember after we watched that documentary, even though it was right at the beginning of it, we had some trouble sleeping. So what I'm about to show you guys, no doubt the less, is probably far more frightening than what you see in Child's Play. So I do have.
Oh wait, Nick, here real quick. I want to respond to this question that he has. Who would win, Chucky or Slappy? Oh yeah, Slappy from Goosebumps, right? Yes. Tough. Yeah, that's a good one. I think Chucky is definitely more homicidal than Slappy, so I would have to say Chucky. But I will say this: the only doll that could beat Chucky is Megan. Definitely Megan.
Yeah, that was great. That
Oh
movie
yeah,
was
so
awesome.
especially Megan 2.0 coming
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
So Nick, this says I was just looking at on YouTube. It's considered the most haunted doll in the world.
Yes, it is.
Even more haunted than Annabelle.
That's correct. Yeah, and this doll's even older than Annabelle too.
Well, it looks older. I got it so that I can watch after.
Well, I'm actually going to present it. So Don, if you, I'm going to share the screen again. This is the same exact clip that we first saw all those years ago and scared the hell out of us when we watched it. Now, before I officially play this, I must warn you guys, this is definitely very frightening and even can be a little disturbing to some viewers. So,
okay, well, hey, this is the Fear Fans podcast. We're all for this.
Well, no, I mean, but the difference is this is real life. Now, I'm just going to play it one time and then a second time because I want to make sure you guys can hear it. So let me know if you guys can hear this, all right?
Well, okay, yeah.
That's what I'm about to do. Here we go.
As a child, who hasn't dreamed of...
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it, yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. The inspiration for Child's Play.
Play it.
As a child, who hasn't dreamed of a favorite doll or a teddy bear coming to life and being a very best friend forever and ever? Robert Eugene Otto had a doll who stayed with him his whole life. An artist and his muse in eccentric Key West, Florida. This doll was given to the 6-year-old Robert Eugene by the family's Bahamian maid, who was said to practice voodoo. It was the perfect likeness of the young boy and was even named Robert after him. As a young boy, Eugene developed a strange fascination with Robert. He spent long hours alone with his doll, talking to it. And when anything went wrong at home, Eugene always knew who to blame. It was Robert, he would tell his parents. Robert did it. Robert did it. Eugene Otto became one of the most celebrated artists in this famous artists' colony. His fame grew beyond the southerly Keys, as did his wealth. He preferred to paint in seclusion, alone, indoors, and with Robert always by his side. Eugene's wife Anne here at the artist's house close to Duval Street in Key West. Robert, of course, went with them. Anne disliked the doll from the moment she first saw it. It gave her chills just to look at it, and she didn't like her husband's obsession with it. Still, she humored him, and Robert was given a room of his very own, away in the attic. There he stayed until Eugene told his wife that Robert was angry and demanding a room with a view. Despite Anne's objections, he moved Robert out of the attic and down to the turret room. Robert was seated at the window looking out over the street. Children on their way to school said they saw Robert through the windows moving about the turret room, glowering at them. Inside the house, Eugene became increasingly irrational and violent, smashing things and lashing at his wife and screaming like a madman. And then all of a sudden, he would be himself again, and he would always say exactly the same thing. It was Robert. Robert did it. Robert's influence seemed to grow stronger and stronger. A plumber working alone in the turret room with Robert fled the house in terror. He later said he'd heard Robert giggling. Other visitors swore that Robert's expression changed when they looked at him. Sometimes they said that he looked like pure evil. Eugene became sicker and sicker, becoming so despondent he locked himself away in the turret room until he finally died with Robert the doll by his side. Free at last, Anne left the house, leaving Robert behind in the attic. The new owners discovered him soon after moving in. They took one look at Robert and knew that this, whatever it was something they definitely didn't want in their home. Robert ended up here, awaiting visitors in the East Martello Museum, where he holds an eerie fascination for everyone who sees him. Visitors to the museum, completely ignorant of this strange story, have been shocked as the expression on his face apparently changed before their very eyes. A psychic investigator said that Robert's soul is slowly dying, his hair turning white as he grows older. Today, the artist's house where Robert once lived is a guest house. Stay a night, if you will. Go ahead. He's still here. In the darkest recesses of the attic, say the staff. We'll hear. And after her death, Eugene's wife Anne appeared here too. Her ghost stalks the turret room. Anne is trapped here now with Robert, the doll. And as for Robert, the artist, he tragically discovered that the things we love to possess sometimes end up possessing us.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. It's a pretty scary story. And yes, it was. It is pretty that's why I said I wanted to say it was definitely.
I can see how Child's Play was based on that.
I can see too.
I mean, it all fits.
Yep. The only difference was that this was during the turn of the century this all occurred.
Right. But
yeah. Of course you want to visit him, Chris.
Well, want to let everybody know. Yes, you can visit Robert the doll today at the museum in Key West, Florida. But I must warn you guys, whatever you do, and I'm not joking, really, I'm not. If you want to get a picture of Robert, you need to ask for his permission. If you do not, you will actually get cursed by him. There have been people who have literally suffered misfortunes. They've suffered accidents. They've suffered losses. I mean, because people were ignorant of the story of Robert, and some of these people literally have paid the ultimate price for it. Some have lost. There was one guy who lost his girlfriend. There was someone else who even had someone who died as a result. I mean, it's all punishment for. Punishment for.
What's going on? It says that they can't see us.
Can't see you. That's weird because I could see on my screen.
It's one of those Emux things.
Here, hold on. Let me check the.
Every now and then it happens.
Let's see.
I can see it.
I can't.
Oh wait, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, something's wrong.
You might have the screen share on.
Yeah, I think you did it wrong, Nick.
No, I clicked. I ended screen share.
Here, try it again.
But their ignorance is that they don't believe in voodoo.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, I think you did something wrong on here.
Okay, I'm gonna just go on Facebook, obviously. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. It's just showing that icon, that screen share icon.
All right, now see if there's can you go on the bottom part of the screen?
Yeah, you still have it open. You didn't close it properly. Hang on.
Let me see what happens next.
Add to scene. Spotlight. Here, I'll do it myself.
Oh, wait. Yeah, just click on that.
Remove from scene.
There we go. Now it should be gone.
You're back?
Yeah, we're good. We're back.
Is it? Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. But anyways,
we gotta make sure we do that properly from now on because
it's kind of a pain in the ass when that happens.
It's a bug in the program.
Yep.
They'll fix it eventually.
Yep.
Hopefully.
But anyways, yeah, seriously though, if you guys want to visit Robert, you need to ask for permission because there's actually been people who've had a lot of misfortune. Like I said, even someone I think lost someone that was close to him. So, and
That's all based on because the doll is initially cursed by voodoo magic, and you just don't. People that don't believe in, they get taught a lesson when you don't believe in voodoo. I mean, it may sound crazy, but man,
And not only that, I mean, if you also see the display of Robert, not surprisingly, I can't tell you right now that there are really multiple letters, written letters that have been sent to Robert, literally apology letters saying, Robert, I am so sorry. I didn't believe this, or I didn't ask for your permission. Please just take this curse. Let my life get. People have lost their jobs over this. And again, like friends and family. I mean, it really just goes to show, kind of like in a way with Chucky in a way, but in the reality of it is that, Robert the doll is really someone you really don't want to mess with.
Yeah, totally.
So remember that, everyone. You go visit him, ask for permission. I think the room,
or there's just this one simple option.
don't go.
Just stay the hell away.
Well, no, or better yet, visit him. Just don't take any pictures.
Or
Well,
just
I'll
be
probably
safe
never. I'll probably never get to Florida, so I got nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
I'm not visiting him. Jeff said, what's creepy about Robert the doll is the somewhat blank face and all the holes in it. Yeah, and then of course, as you heard, his expression is known to change and has even been known to make demonic laughter.
Taking selfies, oh my god!
No, if you take a selfie, that's probably going to be even worse. I mean, I guess
put it on Instagram.
I guess the story goes like if you try asking permission, the doll is said to kind of move a little bit forward and then kind of tap on the glass or something, which that usually means that he's giving you I think that's the way of him saying yes, you could take a picture. But if he doesn't, though, just don't take a picture at all. Don't.
Right. Or just don't visit him. That's what I plan to do.
I would visit him, but I am not going to take the risk of taking a photograph.
Oh
yeah. And even if I was to investigate the doll, I know I like filming a lot of my investigations, but this would probably be one of the very few investigations that no cameras, nothing, because I'm doing that by Robert's request.
I'll live feed it out of here.
Oh God! Can you imagine if he became like an official cursed Facebook Live? Hey, Chanel's watching for my personal page. Can you imagine if it was like a cursed Facebook Live?
Oh Jesus! Oh man, yep. It would spread to more people than the videotape from the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Let's see. Any other scenes that we would talk about? This is one bit that I always make fun of, where Kyle gets pulled over by the cop, because she's like rushing to get Chucky to Andy because Chucky's threatening Kyle, but even though like all he has with him is a knife, but whatever. But anyway, so she gets pulled over by the cop. The cop is like amused by Chucky. He's like, "Hey, that's one of those good guy dolls, isn't it?" Hey, he's like, "Hey, what's your name, bud?" And I like how Redriff just flat out says Chucky, not even using the good guy voice. Yeah, he's pretty much given up on that at this point. But if I was, here's the thing: if I was Kyle in that moment, I'd be like, "Oh, you like this good guy doll, huh? Okay, here, take it, please."
Yeah. Throw it out the window.
Yeah, here, take Chucky, please.
Hey guys, Chanel just said in the chat here, in my personal chat, she's visited Robert, and it made her skin crawl just walking in his room. No, thank you. Yeah, I could see that. Well, it's I'm gonna have to add that to my. I'm gonna have to add it to my list. I have to make a Nick Files episode about Robert the doll. Speaking of which,
yeah, for sure.
Speaking of which,
yeah. So Nick Files. That's his paranormal series.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow. Speaking of which, because I'm supposed to be on Shane and Mary's show from the Netherlands, so I may have to push the show yet again further down. So, but I'll get Nick Files back up sooner or later. I promise you that.
Yeah. Man, and Yeah, so like the movie ends with Andy and Kyle like walking out of the factory. Chucky is all blown up, and like Andy's like, "So where are you going?" Kyle's like, "Home," and he asks, "Where is home?" And and she says, "Andy, I have no idea." But I should mention there was a deleted ending that I thought would have worked better, where she just says, "I have no idea, but it looks like I'm stuck with you," and he says, "You'll deal with it," and then they
That
just walk away. I thought that would have
would
been
have been
better.
better.
Yeah, but they were scrapped though because I mean they could have just kept that. But the reason why the original ending was scrapped is because there was a part where a piece of Chucky ended up inside of that huge vat of molten plastic, which is used to make the Chucky rubber face skin.
Yep.
And like an original idea that Don Mancini had for Child's Play 3 is to have a whole army of Chuckies. He was not able to use that idea until a lot later on in the series. Yeah, he does make a habit of reusing ideas that he couldn't use in some of the Chucky films.
Chanel here says he's saying Robert again. He was scarier than Annabelle. Yeah, indeed. I have to agree. I think Robert is far more terrifying than Annabelle is. I mean, like I said, first time we watched it, scared the hell out of us.
Okay. Oh, here, yeah, I do like that line of Robert where, or Leon, where, yeah, Chucky goes under the bus to to follow Andy to school and that scene, but then, yeah, like, and then Chucky's nosebleed when the cop notices. He's like, "The hell is that?" And Kyle's like, "You see dolls that pee, this one bleeds." I would have been creeped out by that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would have.
seriously, that would have creeped me out if I saw like somebody's doll, like, and then just blood just comes out of the nose or something. I'm like,
I I've seen something like that from a paranormal video. Not
what?
not not blood though. It was again funny. It was from one of the old paranormal shows. There was a doll that was at a location called Chillingham Castle, which is located in the UK. It's about 20 miles from the English-Scottish border. And while they had a family investigate, they went to they. It's one of the most haunted castles in the UK. And while they were investigating one room that had this doll that was there, it was the temperature was the temperature was freezing. It was ice cold, but strangely, the doll itself was sweating, literally sweating.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Um, oh here, Jeff had a comment. Let's appreciate Hill's info on the things he couldn't. Well, when it comes to Child's Play 3 and the idea of having an army of Chuckies, like Chucky being possessing multiple dolls, that actually makes sense because in Child's Play 3 due to the budgetary restrictions, they couldn't have multiple Chuckies
Yeah,
in the film. So that was scrapped until later on in the franchise, and they also used that again in the TV series. Yeah, so yeah, City, he is creative. I will say that. Oh man, so Child's Play 2, definitely a good follow up, and definitely one of the stronger sequels. But I can't really say the same for Child's Play 3.
yeah,
Yeah, we will have to cover that a little bit down the road. Yeah, because for one thing, they made like a big time jump. Even though the movie was released almost a year after this one,
I
it
know.
goes forward 8 years later, 8 years into the future, into the year 1988. So that would be a 10-year mark. 10 years after Chucky first went after Andy, and Chucky's 16 now, and at this point, and going into military school because no foster family would have him. Yeah.
yeah. It's just
So
crazy to think. Yeah, and it was just 9 months after the second one.
right. I guess they just went with the whole military academy thing because they thought like, oh, having him just in in a regular high school would have been too cliched. I don't know.
Well, Chris said had his Raggedy Ann doll's arm ripped off at the Abbey and Abigail's her neck. Yeah, I left it alone in there for 5 to 10. That's right. That's what I remember that actually because I was there to witness. Well, not witness it, but I was there for it.
That's so hard. Oh, that was at the end of Bride of Chucky. Yes. Right. Well, that's it for this edition of the Fear Fans podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. And be sure to join us next week because right now it is springtime and we wanted to get into. Well, first, let me say this first. It's been a while since we covered anything that's related to Stephen King's work. And because it's springtime and we're in prom season, and yeah, you know what I'm going to say. You know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, we're covering the original Key from 1976. A true horror classic. Cannot wait. So hope you guys.
Up said really cements Andy as a smart and strong character. I think Alex Vincent deserves a lot of credit.
He does absolutely.
Oh wait, look what just Chanel just said. Sorry if I'm talking too so much. No, you're fine, Chanel. You're good. You're fine.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
She's been going through a lot recently, so I hope you're getting better.
Yeah, I hope so too. But best of luck on your recovery. Yeah, so that'll be it for this edition of the FearFans podcast. Join us next week as we cover Carrie. Yeah, this is going to be good. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.